Our front office just dropped an absolute bombshell on us, completely shaking up the 90-man roster with 5 massive, unexpected moves that nobody saw coming. We have a shocking, abrupt retirement from a highly anticipated rookie, and 4 brand new players entering the building to fight for their football lives. Before we dive into this absolute madness, make sure you smash that like button, share this video, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss a breaking update. I literally could not believe my eyes when the news broke over the weekend. Seriously, how often do you see a promising rookie just walk away before the real battles even begin? Squirrel White, the electric rookie wide receiver out of Florida State, has officially been placed on the reserve/retired list. We heard the rumblings that he left Saturday's practice early and simply never came back. We do not know if he suffered a freak injury and decided to hang up his cleats, or if he just woke up and realized the brutal grind of professional football was no longer for him. If you followed his career, you know he was incredibly productive during his first 3 years at Tennessee, looking like a legitimate game-breaker. But then he transferred to Florida State last year, things completely fell apart, and clearly, that bad momentum carried right into rookie minicamp. Whatever happened out there on that practice field, it was the final straw. He is completely out of the mix, which temporarily brought our roster count down and forced the front office to scramble. Because Squirrel White walked away, and because this coaching staff is relentlessly looking to upgrade the back end of the roster, they went out and signed 4 new guys, bringing us right back up to the 90-man limit. Naturally, we have to talk about the wide receiver room first, because the competition just got ridiculously intense. We already knew about the addition of veteran wide receiver Scotty Miller, but we have to look at what this means for the rest of the guys. Miller is that classic, gritty, reliable target who knows exactly how to get open, and as a local guy from Barrington, Illinois, it is an amazing hometown story. When you look at the receiver depth chart right now, it is an absolute dogfight. You obviously have Rome Oduns and Luther Burden III, who are absolute locks to make the roster and dominate. You can safely say Khalif Raymond is a lock as well. Then you have Zavon Thomas and Jaden Walker, who both absolutely should make this football team based on their raw talent. That brings you to 5 receivers. But historically, we usually keep 6 receivers on the final 53-man roster. Right now, with his veteran experience, you have to imagine Scotty Miller is the heavy favorite to claim that final 6th spot. But they were not done adding weapons, and this next move is where things get incredibly spicy. We just signed another wide receiver who goes by the name of Kyron Hudson, and the overlap here is impossible to ignore. Hudson played 4 years of college football at USC, and for 2 of those years in 2022 and 2023, his quarterback was none other than Caleb Williams. You cannot understate the value of that built-in familiarity. In 2022, playing alongside Williams, Hudson grabbed 15 catches for 152 yards and 3 touchdowns. The following year, still catching passes from Williams, he put up 17 catches for 189 yards and 2 scores. Then, in 2024, when Miller Moss took over as the quarterback, who is also in our building right now as an undrafted free agent, Hudson had his absolute best year, hauling in 38 catches for 462 yards and 3 touchdowns. He eventually transferred to Penn State for his final season, where he put up 23 catches for 288 yards and 2 touchdowns for the Nittany Lions. He is 6'1", 210 pounds, bringing some really nice size to the perimeter, and he clearly showed enough during his tryout to earn a contract. He already knows how Caleb Williams operates, and he already knows how Miller Moss operates. So here is my question of the day for all of you watching. Do you think signing a quarterback's former college buddy is a genius move for locker room chemistry, or is it just a wasted roster spot on a guy who will never see the field? Let me know your unfiltered thoughts in the comments right now. Honestly, bringing Hudson in makes perfect sense for training camp. He is going to push the bottom of the depth chart, provide a familiar target in practice, and realistically, he is competing for a spot on the practice squad. I am fascinated to see if that deep-rooted USC connection pays off when the pads come on. Now, let's smoothly shift gears and look at the defensive side of the ball, because we also brought in 2 new linebackers, Wayne Matthews III and veteran Jon Rhattigan. Let's break down Matthews first, because this kid took the absolute hardest road to get here. He played his first 3 years of college ball at Old Dominion, a smaller program where he had to fight for every single ounce of recognition. In 2023 at Old Dominion, he racked up a staggering 135 tackles and 9.5 tackles for loss. That insane, off-the-charts production allowed him to transfer up to the Big Ten to play for Michigan State. The jump in competition is brutal, but Matthews held his own. In 2024, he played 9 games for the Spartans, mostly as a part-time starter and special teams demon, pulling down 33 tackles and a fumble recovery. Then last year, he became a full-time starter for Michigan State, logging 73 tackles, 4.5 tackles for loss, an interception, and a pass breakup. That is real, legitimate production in one of the toughest conferences in college football. He is listed at 6'2" and 227 pounds, which is a bit on the smaller side for an NFL linebacker, so he has a massive uphill battle ahead of him. Our linebacker room is incredibly deep right now, but this is exactly what front offices do. They constantly churn the bottom of the 90-man roster, bringing in hungry tackling machines like Wayne Matthews to see if they can spark a fire. Finally, we have the other veteran signing of the day, linebacker Jon Rhattigan. This guy is 27 years old, stands 6'2", weighs 236 pounds, and is the true definition of an NFL journeyman. He is actually a local guy from Naperville, which adds another really cool hometown storyline, and he played his college football at Army, which tells you everything you need to know about his strict discipline and relentless work ethic. Rhattigan entered the league as an undrafted free agent back in 2021 with the Seattle Seahawks, where he spent 3 tough years fighting for his life on the fringes of the roster. From there, he bounced to the Carolina Panthers, then spent time on the practice squads for the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Las Vegas Raiders. He has constantly bounced on and off 53-man rosters, but he has actually played in a lot of professional football games. During his time in Seattle, he saw action in 36 games. Over the last couple of years, he has played in 29 games. But make no mistake, almost every single one of those snaps has been exclusively on special teams. He has 50 career tackles and 1 fumble recovery, with 0 tackles for loss and 0 pass breakups. He is not out there to play middle linebacker on 3rd and long against elite offenses. He is out there to sprint down the field on kickoffs, blow up blockers, and set the tone. When you look at how he fits into our defensive system, he feels like an exact clone of a guy like Amen Agbombemiga. He is probably not going to play a single defensive snap unless an absolute disaster strikes, but he can absolutely be a core, foundational contributor on special teams. Realistically, I do not see a clear path for Jon Rhattigan to make the final 53-man roster out of camp. The math just does not work in his favor with the depth we currently have. However, he is the perfect candidate to be a priority veteran on the practice squad. If someone like T.J. Edwards or Deshaun Elliott gets banged up during the grueling regular season, Rhattigan is the exact type of trustworthy veteran you call up on a Sunday morning. Remember, the current league rules allow you to elevate practice squad players to the game day roster up to 3 times per season. That is the exact bucket Jon Rhattigan falls into, a reliable, battle-tested insurance policy who knows exactly how to do his job. So, if you are keeping track at home, the math is officially settled. After watching Squirrel White abruptly walk away from the game, and after injecting this roster with wide receivers Scotty Miller and Kyron Hudson, along with linebackers Wayne Matthews III and Jon Rhattigan, we are sitting exactly at full capacity. The 90-man roster is locked, loaded, and completely overflowing with intense competition. The battles we are about to witness in training camp are going to be absolutely legendary.